In some places, art is created simply for art's sake. Not here. In some cultures, beauty overshadows function. Not in ours. The Benelli philosophy behind shotgun design requires a strict balance between art and technology. And what began as an idea has become an entirely new ethos. Italian design and modern engineering coalesce to create a shotgun that is smooth, fast, and light. A salute to the artisans of our past and to the craftsmen of the present. History is our proof. The ethos is our legacy.
For a strong luck, we were planted here in Urbino, because Urbino is like a center. If you make a cycle of 100-150 kilometers around Urbino, you find the main places where the most important personalities of European Renaissance were born. Michelangelo Buonarroti, Ludovico Ariosto, Leonardo da Vinci, Raffaello Sanzio. Yes, they were born year around. And something I think still remains in the air or in the pasta. Most of our workers, even if they are plain and simply workers, they are very skilled. They consider their own job with a lot of care, and they are so thoughtful in details that it makes a real difference in our finished products. On one side, we are the forerunner for technology. At the same time, we are the number one, the best for refinement and fine guns. Only Benelli in semi-auto shotgun can be proud to be a fine gun. Usually this label is only for over-under or side-by-side. But thanks to our care for details and attention to all the components, how they couple each other, we are able, and the marketplace all over the world, not only in Italy or in the US, but in all 5 continents, grant us this great appreciation. This time with this new model, Ethos is in some way made, like all our production, for all 5 continents, but from the name to some features, it really is focused to the American hunter, to the American market.
We have been working on this project for 2 years, and we started thinking a product for US market that would introduce a real evolution of product in a tradition of the old line, but giving to the customer real tangible benefits, giving them real tangible solution, giving them real tangible performances.
With the Ethos project coming to an end, we saw a good opportunity to take some outdoor writers and outdoor industry experts to visit the plant so they could see and touch and feel the factory firsthand, but also have a little bit of fun using the Ethos for some Italian upland hunting.
I'm Lane Simpson. I write for Guns and Ammo, Shooting Times, and Rifle Shooter. We've had some good bird shooting today. It's beautiful, beautiful country, and the gun just handled marvelously. It usually takes me a while to get accustomed to shooting a shotgun, but this, it fits so well. I shot it very well from the beginning.
This is some of the prettiest country anywhere, and it's certainly some of the nicest stuff I've ever upland bird hunted in. I'm Skip Knowles, the editor-in-chief of Wildfowl magazine. And I've hunted birds, 4 decades, all over the country and across various continents. I'm a loved upland bird hunt.
Before we did the hunt, we toured the Benelli Factory, and I was really impressed. They've gone robotic.
It's far and away the most automated use of robots that I've ever seen in a gun manufacturing facility. The entire facility we walked through at Benelli was impressive because it's nestled down in the scenic crevice in a mountain valley, and it's breathtakingly gorgeous spot. Then you see the big red Benelli sign, and you get in there and you see they've so effectively maximized the use of their space. I joked to someone that there weren't many places in the building that if I dropped a biscuit on the floor, I wouldn't pick it up and eat it. But it really was that clean.
As part of the launch plan for the Benelli Ethos, we wanted to do something that really hadn't been done before. So we gathered a group of outdoor industry writers and some dealers, and we went down to South Africa to hunt upland birds. We hunted rock pigeon, dove, guinea fowl, and throughout the course of the trip we fired 17,000 rounds through 6 Benelli Ethos guns. Not a single malfunction. Also not a single cleaning or bit of maintenance. The guns were full of this fine South African dust, full of grime from shooting so many rounds, just kept performing day after day. We even pulled a few of the writers aside and interviewed them about how the guns performed, and it was surely a trip that won't be forgotten.
Yeah, if you're going to put a gun through the test, I think you got to go to the Southern Hemispheres. You have about 2 choices. You got Argentina or you have South Africa. And so we brought the Benelli Ethos down here to South Africa. And in my opinion, it's actually a lot more challenging conditions than South America. You might get a little more high volume dove, although I went through 750 rounds in one day. But just the conditions here, it's hot and there's this fine red dust that gets everywhere. And it just, what it does to the gun is just horrible. And I would think a lesser made gun wouldn't perform as well as this one performed.
For most of my life, I have not been a big semi-auto fan because they didn't work as reliably as some other shotguns. For reliability, I went to doubles or pump guns. But in the past 15 years or so, I've been shooting quite a few Benellis, and they're always reliable. No matter which one I've shot, it worked very well.
I shot it thousands of times, and there were no malfunctions. I didn't jam one time. And I know we haven't had any malfunctions out of any of the guns from anybody.
We decided we wanted to really focus on making a classic game gun. In order to do that, you had to use wood stocks, and we selected a very high-grade walnut wood stock to put on this product. And then the real challenge was, how do you incorporate the Benelli recoil reduction technology that we're well known for into a wood stock gun? And the solution was a progressive comfort system that reduces the felt recoil substantially without taking away the classic lines and styling of a true upland or classic game gun.
It doesn't affect the aesthetics of the gun, so it still looks nice.
It's kind of hidden in there, but it functions so flawlessly. The recoil reduction system, took away so much of the kick, it felt like a 20 gauge.
The recoil reduction system is not maxed out after your first shot, so it makes that second shot a lot easier to take, and it reduces the barrel rise, so the second and third shot is much easier.
When designing the new progressive comfort system for the Benelli Ethos, the engineers had to redesign the inertia system. In doing so, they were able to improve the dynamics of the inertia system to allow it to shoot a wider range of shells. The Benelli Ethos will cycle anything from 7/8 ounce loads through 3-inch magnums. Not many other shotguns can do this.
Down here we've done a couple different things. We've shot dove, we've shot rock pigeon, which are super challenging. We also went out for guinea and francolin. And so we used some lighter shells, like about a 1-ounce shell on the doves, and then went up a little bit on the guinea fowl. The gun performed flawlessly through all loads.
As part of the developmental research for the Ethos project, we spent a considerable amount of time watching the Benelli USA 3-gun shooting team. It became very clear that fast reloading was a very important part of them being successful in the sport. The engineers immediately made a connection to a high-volume shooting in Argentina for a dove They incorporated a beveled magazine well, a redesigned carrier, and a two-piece shell latch to make reloading of the Benelli Ethos much faster, much smoother, and much more efficient.
It's got this easy loading system, and I do wear gloves when I shoot, especially on a high volume shoot. I've been wearing gloves this week, but the shells go in super smooth. It's almost like there's not a spring up there. When you're shoving them in there, they just go in so smooth. And you know, a lot of times I'll have to wear tape on my thumb just when on a high volume shoot because you're loading so much. And with the Ethos, I really didn't need to do that. I haven't put any tape on my thumb. There's no cuts, no anything on my thumbs. My gloves are still in great shape after, you know, 3-4 days of shooting, and probably 1,500 to 2,000 rounds that I put through it over the past few days.
The wood is consistently fantastic in these guns, and it's blended well with the modern features, like the top of the comb, which is much softer, which helps in high volume shooting, and there's got curves in it instead of angles that look like they came off a tail-fin Cadillac.
I was impressed immediately with the looks of the gun. It blends an old world beauty with the wood and some of the lines, but it also has a little bit of a touch of modern to it, which I kind of like.
I don't know of any, I can't remember any 12 gauge autoloader in my life that had all the features from the ergonomics, the reliability, a good trigger, and the good looks that I found that comes close to what the Ethos is right now.
I think the Benelli Ethos is among the best guns on the market right now. I mean, it's from the beauty and the lines in a semi-automatic gun to the reliability, it's the perfect blend.
I think this has been one of the most difficult things to do in our range in the last 12-15 years, because on one side we are running after technology, on the other side we were used to running after traditional. Ethos is the best marriage between technology on one side and classical shape and tradition on the other side.
The advent of the Ethos marks the next level of shotgun design, a proof of concept that continues to guide the Benelli team and their commitment to creating the world's most dependable firearms. Ethos is far more than a mere semi-automatic shotgun. It's a window into the future of shooting.